Jennifer Hart live from Paris. The planet is currently waking up to a truly historic event. Large yellow submarines have been identified around the globe. Who are they? Where do they come from? And what do they want? The world leaders are currently preparing emergency talks to try to identify these.
They're the famous alien rabbits who invaded Earth. It's the Rabbids from the Rabbids series. For those of you who've never heard of this series, the Rabbids made their first appearance in the game Rayman Raving Rabbids, which was a Rayman title that released in 2006. In this game, Rayman was originally taking care of his friend's kids, but this all changed when the Rabbids invaded the Glade of Dreams. They proceeded to kidnap Rayman and the children he was taking care of and forced Rayman to participate in their very, very odd games of shooting each other with plungers, dancing, and praying each other with bombs wrapped inside a box. Luckily, Rayman escaped the Rabbids, but for some reason, the Rabbids decided to leave Rayman's home world and invade Earth, so Rayman chased after them. Then he got chased by the Rabbids again, and he just sort of faded away after that. There's no explanation as to where he went. Rayman just sort of fizzled out of existence, it seemed like. Nowadays, the Rabbids have their own series of games, books, a TV show, and a Netflix movie. Seriously, Rabbids is by far Ubisoft's biggest franchise aside from Assassin's Creed or Just Dance. In fact, their debut game is the second best-selling Rayman game of all time. The Rabbids may be widely hated, especially by Rayman fans if you know what I'm saying, but they have been on a lot of crazy adventures. Not only did they invade Earth, but they also invaded TV, history, and even the Mushroom Kingdom in the surprise crossover title Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. But out of all things they've yet to invade, they have yet to invade the Super Smash Bros. Roster. So starting off, the Rabbids would be a fairly light character, because of course. They had 2 great jumps and no other movement options. But now, let's dive into their costumes. For the Rabbids' default appearance, it'll be the most common design for the Rabbid, having it in just white fur. For the alts, these will have the Rabbid wear different costumes. So for the first alt, the Rabbid will dress up like a chef. Then for the second alt will have the Rabbid dress up like a chicken. Then for the third alt, the Rabbid will dress up like a unicorn. For the fourth alt, the Rabbid dresses up like a pirate. For the fifth alt, the Rabbid dresses up in swimming trunks. And just to make it funny, if this costume is chosen on a stage that has sand and a big sun, the Rabbid will actually get a sunburn. Anyway, the sixth alt has the Rabbid dress up like a lion. And the final alt has the Rabbid wear a traditional Chinese New Year appeal, which references the most recent Rabbid game. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the moveset. Now, the Rabbids' entire moveset is based around the various minigames that the Rabbids have had in the past few years, primarily the Rabbid games that came out on the Wii. So starting off with the Rabbids jab, the Rabbid will swing a plunger 3 times, which acts a little bit like a sword.
Ew, Chris, why would you use this as an attack?
Well, unfortunately, the Rabbids series is well known for its crude potty humor, which is why I'm fairly certain that a lot of people hate the series. But to properly represent what the Rabbids series is, this will be the general theming for the entire moveset. So apologies for that. Anyways, this move deals with quite a bit of damage, but it reaches a short distance. For the side tilt, the Rabbid will use a toilet brush and swing it high to low. This move functions just like Link's side tilt. For the down tilt, the Rabbid will essentially mimic what Olimar does, which actually is a slight nod to the dash animation used in Raving Rabbids Travel in Time. For the up tilt, the Rabbid will let out a scream and violently shake its head. The Rabbid shaking its head deals small multiple hits of damage until the final hit. This references what the Rabbids are well known for doing. And speaking of screaming, that'll be what it does for its forward smash. So for the forward smash, the Rabbid will hold a microphone and scream so loud that it causes a shockwave right in front of itself. this is a very deadly smash attack, because there's a very great chance that the Rabbid will get early KOs with this smash attack. Unfortunately, it does have some start lag and a lot of end lag, so this is a high risk, high reward sort of move. For the down smash, the Rabbid will drink a can of soda, or pop depending on who you ask, and will burp so loud that it causes a huge shockwave on the ground. Just like the forward smash, this is a high risk, high reward sort of smash attack, because it will have some start lag and a lot of end lag. This references the burp minigame from Rayman Raving Rabbids 2. For the up smash, the Rabbid will pull a huge sword from the ground and present it. This smash attack has a small hitbox, but it deals a lot more damage than what you normally expect. This references an animation found in Raving Rabbids Travel in Time. For the neutral air, the Rabbid will scream, causing a small shockwave around itself. For the forward air, the Rabbid will kick its stubby little legs forwards, just like what King K. Rool does for his forward air. For the back air, the Rabbid will let out a huge fart, which causes multiple hits of damage until the final hit. Yeah, it's disgusting, but the Rabbids have done this throughout the course of the series. For the down air, the Rabbid will plummet downwards, just like what it does in the platforming levels of Raving Rabbids Travel in Time. Mechanically, it works just like Greninja's down air, being able to jump off of any opponent after the attack connects. And finally, for the up air, the Rabbid will just do a simple headbutt, just like what Donkey Kong does. But where the Rabbids bring their invasion game is with their special attacks. For the Rabbids neutral special, the Rabbid will equip its go-to weapon of choice, the Plunger Gun. This special works a little bit like Diddy Kong's Peanut Gun, having the speed and strength of the move change depending on how long you hold the special button down for. However, unlike Diddy Kong's Peanut Gun, this has another unique feature to it. If the plunger projectile happens to hit an opponent's face, then that player's controls get reversed temporarily, which means that if you get hit with this, you'll be forced to move left when you want to go right, and vice versa. This comes from the first Rabbids game, particularly when you have to do first-person shooter segments, and it's been a staple ever since then. Now for the Rabbids side special, the Rabbid will hop into a shopping cart that is steered by another Rabbid. This side special works like Wario's bike, however the big difference is that items and projectiles can actually get trapped in the cart. Not only that, but players can also get trapped in the cart. However, they can easily mash buttons to escape from the cart and can even shield to block the cart from grabbing them. As soon as the special button is let go, all the projectiles get launched forwards. If a player was caught when the special button was let go, the player will actually continue to be stuck in the cart. So kind of like Steve's minecart. Now, there's one more ability I'll be giving to this side special. Once the cart is out, the Rabbid in the cart can actually scream by pressing the special button. The screaming will cause a small shockwave right in front of the Rabbid, causing a good amount of damage and knockback. The shopping cart comes straight from the Rabbid game I assume most of you know, Rabbids Go Home. Now for the Rabbids Down special, the Rabbid will hold a can of beans. Tapping it a second time will have the Rabbid eat the beans, which gives the Rabbid a temporary speed boost for about 5 seconds. However, if you tap the special button a third time, the Rabbid will let out a huge fart, which causes a large cloud of gas to surround the Rabbid. Ew. The gas deals as a poisonous effect, which means that players can still take damage even after they exit the big cloud. As disgusting as it sounds, this comes from the Titanic level from Raving Rabbids Travel in Time, where the goal of the level was to eat as many beans as possible. And finally, for the up special, the Rabbid will teleport using their iconic vehicle, the Time Washing Machine. It's your simple up special where the Rabbid will teleport to a random location. However, the big difference compared to other teleportation recoveries is that this special has the ability to do either heal you or damage you. The reason I made it like this is to kind of reference time traveling in general. That special is giving the illusion that the Rabbid is traveling through the time of the match, but you don't know which time the Rabbid has traveled from until he teleports back. Overall, the best way to describe this moveset as a whole is with a single word: chaotic. Very much like a Rabbid game, the entire moveset is filled with all sorts of crazy moves that can rack up damage pretty quickly. Now, you may be asking why I didn't include any sort of reference from the Mario plus Rabbids series. Well, to put simply, I don't think those games fit for this moveset. It'd make more sense if I was doing a moveset for the Rabbids from that game, but this is a Rabbid straight from the original series, not the crossover one. Sorry, Rabbid Peach fans, maybe I'll make a moveset for the Rabbids from that game specifically. And now, for the final smash. The Rabbids' final smash will be Raving Rabbids Rampage. This will be a cinematic final smash that has the Rabbid drive forwards using the cart. Anyone hit by this cart will be sent into a cinematic. The cinematic plays out very similarly towards Yoshi's Final Smash, having the players land in a field when all of a sudden the player is then trampled over by a bunch of Rabbids, ending the cinematic. This Final Smash is a slight reference towards the opening cutscene of Rayman Raving Rabbids TV Party. The stage of choice is the Time Washing Machine from Raving Rabbids Travel in Time. This stage is pretty unique because all the fighters are shrunken down. Occasionally, the stage will get floating, moving metal platforms. In the background, you'll see the space-time continuum, wormhole, and various objects floating around. Unfortunately, most of the Rabbids songs are either licensed songs, don't have an official title, or are in a foreign language, so a lot of these will have to be medleys.
Mai frumoasă-i mândra mea, de seară mă duc la ea, care dulce gurița.
In total, 14 songs will be included, 12 of which will be remixed. And that would be if the Rabbids joined Super Smash Bros. To be honest, the Rabbids was one of my all-time favorite franchises to play on the Wii growing up, so I'm one of those odd people who would love to see them in Smash. If they ever will join has always been tough to say. There's definitely potential to have an interesting moveset for sure. Anyways, do you have a character you'd like to see be given a Smash moveset? If so, let me know in the comments down below. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe? That way you can get notified when I put out any Super Smash Bros. Moveset videos. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.